In this video, I will teach you 12 tips that can help you work faster in Photoshop. If you use 3 hours to do one flyer, with this video, you should be able to do flyers in less than 2 hours, or even an hour, or even 30 minutes. So without much ado, let's start. The first tip is pressing Ctrl plus the plus or minus sign on your keyboard to help you zoom in or out with your design. The second tip is changing the size of your brush. If you're using your brush tool, for instance, you want to change the size of the brush, you don't need to come here to change the size of the brush. What you can do basically is to press on the bracket keys on your keyboard to change the size of the brush to use it. The third tip that I have for you is the power of your caps lock key on or off. If your caps lock key is on, it will not show the size of your brush, it will make it invisible. But if you start applying the brush, you start seeing that it is working on it, but you can't see the actual size of it. You can see it is working for me, but you can't see the actual size. But if it is off, you can see the size of the brush. The next tip is how to easily duplicate images. If I click on this particular image and I want to duplicate it, the easiest way to do that is to hold Ctrl plus J to duplicate that particular image. So you can see that it is now duplicated as it is indicated in the layer section here. Yes. The next tip is how to undo an action. The easiest way to undo is Ctrl plus Z to undo any action. Now to redo an action, hold Ctrl Shift plus Z to redo an action instead of Ctrl plus Y. That only works in other apps like Microsoft Office Suite. The next tip I have for you is how to group elements. If I want to group this element, the easiest way to do this is by selecting everything. Okay, so before I select, let me show you this tip too as well. If you want to select multiple images, the easiest way to do that is to select one by clicking on it, then hold Shift and click on the rest of the element. To group them, just hold Ctrl plus G on your keyboard to group everything. You see now, if I try to move everything, it ends up selecting only one thing. So the easiest way to do that is to undo, then select again using the Shift, and now you hold your Control key, then you can now move it around. This is working because of the auto select over here, which is turned off when you press your control. You can do that by turning off this one manually, you can move it around, but you can only do that by the control, then you can move everything around. Yes, that's how you can easily group anything that you want to group. When you want to avoid these movements, just go back and click on the auto to help you to select the element individually again. The next tip is how to select everything. Okay, to do that, you hold Ctrl plus A to select everything. But this selection does not work as the way the normal selection works. Let me show you how it works. So now if I want to center align these 3 objects right now, I'll click on the group folder over here, then I'll come up here, then I'll click on this center align here to align the 3 objects to the center. If I want it to go to the right, I'll click on the right, left, or even middle alignment. So to get it to the perfect center, you click on this vertical center alignment, then click on the horizontal center alignment, then to allow then it will align everything perfectly to the center. This is one that you must know. To deselect everything, just hold Ctrl plus D to move the selection. Now, if you select everything manually without selecting the whole group, this is what will happen. If you select everything Ctrl plus A, then you go to center align. You see, each particular object will work independently. They will all go to the center by arranging themselves upon the other. In order to avoid that, what you do is to select the group all, then you can do the center alignment. And I hope that helps. Please, before I continue, kindly subscribe to the channel, like and comment, and let me know other things that you wish that I bring up on the channel. Okay, that's fine. So let's continue with what we are doing. The next tip we have here is selecting an object inversely. Okay, there's another thing that I didn't show you earlier, is that when you are standing on this particular image and want to select this one alone, you hold Control, then you come and click on the small box over here. Then with this, you're able to select this. Okay, you can even center align this, the green box with the red. So what you do is that you click on the green, then you come up here, then click on the center align with horizontally, then you also click on the vertical to align. So in case you are working with a circle, what you can do is to come here, then draw a circle. Now to draw a perfect circle, another tip is that hold Shift, then you draw the shape. Okay, and that will give you a perfect circle. If you don't hold the Shift before you draw a shape, it gives a problem. Now look at this, what happened. Now these two shapes are now one object, which is not supposed to be so. This is because, let's undo. See, when I wanted to draw a new circle, I didn't click outside before coming to the shape tool. That's why the two shapes were joined together. So the best thing to do is to click outside, then come here, then click here, then hold Shift. If you don't hold Shift, look at what happens. If I just draw, to give me an imperfect ellipse. So what you can do is to hold Shift, click here and click outside, then come here, then hold Shift, then draw. Okay, so from here I can put this at the middle of a circle. This is a circle right here. Let me give it a color so you can look at it very well. So if I want to put the box at the middle of it, I just come to the layer section right here, follow the pointer closely. So this is the red circle. Let me select this. Let me select the circle. So this circle. So just hold Control and click on the small box at the right corner of the shape over here. Then I will select the box down to center line, which is this one. So it's selected. Now come here, then click on the horizontal align. Okay, so now it's at the middle but not at the center. So what I'll do is that I'll come here on the vertical align and to align the center perfectly. So this can also help you to work faster and accurately. The next on my list is how you can merge all your layers together. So for instance, let me open this document. For instance, this one, I did a video on this recently. So if you have not watched how to design this flyer, kindly go back and watch this video if you want to improve your graphic design skills. So what I can do here, if I want to combine everything to get one image, okay, what I'll do is that I'll just be on the first layer, then I'll press Ctrl Shift Alt plus E. Okay, then it will give me one single image. So now I have this image here. This is useful when you want to color grade your design. For example, I want to use the camera raw to color grade. So some people design and they set their phones and they improve the colors. You can just merge everything here, then you can continue with the color grading. So that's for this video. Thank you so much for sticking up to the end, and for that reason, let me give you one free package to close with. Is that when you want to get images that have no background, you want to get a flower, an animal, a chair, a spoon, whatever, just go to PNG Egg. Okay, they offer free unlimited PNG, which is backgroundless images that you can use for designs, just like this. Thanks so much for watching this video. Please kindly subscribe, share, and let's grow this community together. Till I see you again, keep practicing and stay blessed.